Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Straight Facts Commentary where I give you my unpopular opinions in everything pop culture. So please stick around and subscribe for more. Hey y'all, I am back again with another video, and in today's video, you see the title, we are going to be speaking about Megan Thee Stallion and her documentary. So I'm going to be giving my thoughts on it and also you guys' thoughts. We're going to be reading some comments, seeing what everybody had to say about it, and getting into everything. So if you're interested in that, female rap, pop, conspiracy theories, trending topics, my unpopular opinions, whatever I feel like getting into for real, go ahead and subscribe and let's get into this video. Okay, so we know that Megan Thee Stallion just dropped a documentary, and if you guys are regulars on my channel, I already kind of talked about this before it came out, saying that I personally didn't necessarily need like a documentary as a fan. It's not something that I would have requested from Megan, but I was like, I'm definitely gonna watch it if it comes out. So this is me kind of speaking about it and giving my opinions on it after it has aired. I did watch it actually just earlier today. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and give my thoughts or whatever. So, what I will say is the documentary is exactly what I thought it would be. It's a lot, about the Tory Lanez case and everything like that, and just showing, I guess, kind of the behind the scenes of what Megan was going through during the case, during the trial, when she lost her mother, how that impacted her, things like that. So I did appreciate watching the documentary just simply as being a fan. You know what I'm saying? Looking at it from that angle. But there's also a couple of other angles I looked at it through, not just being a fan of Megan, but just looking at it through the angle of like, I don't know, for me, while I did like the documentary, there wasn't really anything that seemed to shed more light on any situations. And I thought the documentary was going to shed a little bit more light on what exactly happened. And when I say that, I mean, we obviously know what the verdict was for the court case when it came to Tory Lanez and everything like that. Not doubting that. I do believe that Megan Thee Stallion was shot. Obviously, something did happen to her. We have the footage of that and, her getting out of the car and her clearly bleeding and things like that. So it's not that. It's just that they went over certain parts of it, and I was like, I wish you would have elaborated on what was going on in the car, because they did make a scene about that. There was like a little brief animation where they were showing like her, Tory Lanez, and Kelsey in the car arguing right before, that she was hit. And I was like, I want to know what the conversation was in the car that led up to that. That is what I was hoping. I was hoping to get a little bit more clarification on what propelled this whole thing. What was Tory so angry about? What was Kelsey and Tory arguing about? And we've speculated about that as fans and observers, over the years, but I would have liked for the documentary to highlight it. I would have liked for Megan to kind of explain it a little bit more. Otherwise, I felt like that part could have been left out, because it's like she didn't really go into, you know, uh, the details of the conversation that led up to such a major event. Being that it was such a major thing that happened and, it's so controversial, what led up to it? What was being said? What caused him to feel like he was that angry that that had to happen? Like, I feel like we're missing information. So, even though we know the verdict, but I mean, information, details of the story itself, outside of what we, the public, speculate it was about. I mean, the concrete truth of what, Kelsey, Megan, and Tory say it was about, so yeah, so I appreciated seeing her vulnerability though throughout the documentary. I appreciated seeing her, in certain moments where I was like, oh my gosh, and just different things where I got to see a little bit more of Megan's vulnerable side. So that's the part in the documentary. Ooh, excuse me. That's the part in the documentary that me and my man were like, we kind of checked out. Not checked out, but we were like, no, absolutely not. Of course, what happened between her and Kelsey does not justify or overshadow or anything of her being hurt, of her being shot, or anything bad happening to her that could have led potentially to death. Of course, like, nobody is taking that away from her. But the part of which it's like wanting Kelsey, somebody who's no longer your friend, somebody who you have betrayed in a sense of y'all's friendship, to come out and defend you or to cape for you or to come to your defense, or say anything in regards to the case for you, to to clear your name or to clear whatever it has to do. Y'all severed your relationship at that point. I don't feel like Megan should expect Kelsey to come running to Megan's defense, especially after everything that transpired with Megan being with Tori when apparently Kelsey was with with Tori first. I don't want to. This is the thing. It doesn't make Megan any less of a victim, but to not acknowledge the part that you played in the situation in terms of severed relationships, I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she could have addressed it and said, you know what? I was wrong for what I did to Kelsey. It wasn't right. And I apologize, or acknowledged it in some way. She literally in the documentary just grazed past that part and was like, well, it doesn't matter because nothing that was going on at that time between us is bigger than me being hurt. Which, of course, but at the same time, to not acknowledge a part that you play in the situation or how you hurt Kelsey as well in the situation is wrong to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't see. And if it was me, you know what I'm saying? I put myself in the situation. If it was me and I was Kelsey, oh, I'd feel away. Oh, I'd feel away. I'm not coming to run after you. I'm not coming to say nothing. I'm not gonna, tell lies about you or anything like that. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to make you, repair your public image when you did that to me. You know what I'm saying? So I like Megan. I really like her as an artist and everything like that. I like Megan Thee Stallion, but would I trust her, me personally, as a friend? Given that situation and how she didn't, in the documentary, she didn't come out and deny it. She didn't come out and say, well, that's not true what Kelsey said. No, no, wouldn't trust Megan. Uh, as far as I could throw her, is she cool? Does she seem cool? Does she seem fun? Does she seem energetic? A fun, bubbly kind of personality, wanna turn up? Yeah, that's cool. But trusting her, given the context, no. Given the context for her and Kelsey, no. No, 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 no. Hell no. Okay? So I just feel like Megan should have acknowledged some part that she played in the situation in terms of that part. Not in her being hurt, but the relationship part. Because that's important. Also, different things that were being spoken about was the whole Gail King thing, and the part of the documentary coming out where Megan was basically saying, yes, I did lie to Gail King. I didn't admit to being with him, because she was like, how is that relevant to her being hit by him? Which, yeah, I can definitely understand that isn't necessarily relevant in terms of like, that, as far as the situation and her being hurt. But a lot of people were lighting her up for that, because they were like, oh, you lied. You shouldn't have. And maybe she was embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't hold it against her. Me personally, with that situation, I don't hold it against her for not saying it in that moment or not feeling like she wanted to say it, because maybe she was embarrassed. Maybe she felt like, oh yeah, the person who popped me in the foot, I've been sleeping with him, or I've been messing around with him. Maybe she was embarrassed. Maybe she felt like that's not really something that she's proud to say or admit. And she did say that she was caught off guard by it, so I don't necessarily blame her for that or wanting to have privacy in that matter. However, I do understand the people who are like, well, we don't feel like we can trust Megan, because if she lied about that, also on top of the whole situation with Kelsey and her doing that to her, I can definitely understand why people would not necessarily trust everything that Megan says. If the public feels like you lie, if the public feels like you're not trustworthy in terms of your relationships with others and people who are supposed to be your best friends, then they're going to have a certain perception of you and view you a certain way. And honestly, I can't blame people for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't, and I see what they're saying, especially when it comes to the Kelsey part. For me, that's my biggest takeaway, is the Kelsey part, because that's supposed to be your friend, and you don't do friends like that. So that's my main takeaway. But I mean, other than those two major parts, I did enjoy the documentary. I love the animations. I loved her, just showing a little bit more sides of her that I didn't get to see. However, I will say too, that I would have liked to see some stuff outside of the Tory Lane stuff. There was a couple of things, but mostly it did highlight on Tory and, her beginning stages with her mother and during her mother's passing and things like that. I would have liked to see a little bit more stuff. So hopefully if she does another something similar to that, that there will be other things. Okay, so some comments read, damn, but y'all be honest, Meg did, I think they meant violate, not violent. Violate girl code. Y'all be falling out with your friends when they don't attend y'all birthdays. Y'all mad at her like she didn't sleep with her best friend's man. You aren't allowed to tell people how to show up for you when you betray them. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So because of the severed friendship, you can't expect, like I was saying a little bit earlier, for Kelsey to, be there. They're skipping over her betraying Kelsey. No one stays loyal after betrayal. Right. And that doesn't negate again what happened to her, but that's just, principle of friendships. Friend disappointment is so heavy, like we didn't even have to kick it, baby. Money didn't cause the end of their friendship. Megan's betrayal broke their friendship. She always wants some sympathy. SMH, girl is trifling. This is crazy. Zero accountability from Megan still. Yeah, I would have, like I said, I would have took some accountability, but that's just my personality. That's just the type of person I am. If I'm wrong, if I did something, I'm going to say it. And if I'm right and I didn't do shit, I'm also going to say it. I'm not going to, yeah, that's just me. Meg was disloyal and still expected the utmost loyalty. Right. No, you can't expect that. I'm gonna be fair. Tori deserved what he got. He loved a happy ending. Or I'm sorry, we love a happy ending. Meg, you was dead wrong for messing with anybody your sister was messing with in any capacity, especially a balding 5'3" leprechaun. Oh my god. Meg backdoored her best friend. That's so lame to me. Yeah, I don't like that. Sorry, I'm good. She keep choosing to victimize herself. The way she's making herself the victim with Kelsey is so sick. How do you sleep with her boyfriend and get mad at her for protecting her peace and removing herself? People keep saying that Tori wasn't her boyfriend, but even this is the thing. It don't matter if that was her boyfriend, somebody she was talking to, somebody who she was just effing. Once your friend touches them, it's over. Unless there is something that y'all are doing. And what I mean by that is like, how people share and they, y'all are in a freaky type of situation where y'all are both effing on the same dude. Unless y'all agreed upon some situation like that, then there isn't nothing that justifies it. Meg was wrong for sleeping with Tori behind Kelsey back, but I'm never gonna be silent after somebody shot my homegirl. Me and her might not be friends anymore, but I'm going to tell the truth. Yeah, I don't think Kelsey lied. I just think she stayed silent, which I don't think there's anything wrong with her doing that in the case of what happened between them. I don't believe a word she says. So no accountability for doing dirty in the process or doing Kelsey dirty in the process. Okay. Okay, Meg violated girl code. Let's be honest. Girl, you backdoored your friend and she didn't F with you afterwards. The end. I feel like Meg wants to skip the whole messing with the same guy about my friend's back part, and that's what's a turnoff. No, that's no excuse for you being shot, but accountability on Meg's end needs to happen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't take away from what happened. That was way larger. And I think Meg is frustrated because she's seeing certain things being emphasized more, like her relationship with Kelsey and her sleeping with Tori. And she's upset that that is being covered more than her being shot. But it's a big part of the story. Unfortunately, it's not something that we could just ignore. You know what I'm saying? It's a big part of the whole scenario. Y'all pushing this narrative so bad. She slept with her best friend's man. So when Nikki said she lied on her dead mom, this is what she meant. It wasn't a jab at her mom, but the fact that if you lied on your mom, you can't be trusted. I get that, but me personally, this is me. Don't speak on the dead. I understand that, but it was nasty. I don't bringing up someone's dead relative, I just don't like it. And that's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You don't gotta agree. You can feel like, oh, it was justified, or she could say whatever she wants because she lied, or whatever. Cool. But me, there's just certain stuff that I'm not gonna say or do. That's my mind, my mentality, my moral compass. There's just certain things I'm not gonna speak on, especially when I have, if it's me having dead relatives myself. Why is Kelsey the villain when Meg was the one who was being slimy? Kelsey already said that her and Tori weren't even a thing, so that portrayal y'all speak of is non existent. Why is y'all only posting the tweets in favor of Megan? Like, be for real. Y'all keep painting Kelsey as a villain, and we not going for it, no shade. Megan put her on that man and slept with him behind her back and lied to everyone about it. The betrayal started there. If my best friend did that to me, I would hate them too, right? To reiterate, Tori was not Kelsey's man. Tori was not Megan's man. Tori was slinging. Okay, like I said, either way, it don't matter. If he was just slanging Kelsey D, if she wanted to him to slang it on her own without anyone intervening, especially a best friend, then she has the right to do that. No weapon, baby. God got you. Can't trust no one. Get her out of here, man. I don't think she would have got shot if she didn't sleep with that man to begin with. I stand for Meg, but she was wrong for dealing with that man in that way. However, mad or not, I'm not letting no man who shot my best friend lie and say that he didn't, because he's the real op to both parties. Yeah, I get that. But I guess being hurt and feeling betrayed in that moment because there was so much emotions going on in the situation, I feel like Kelsey wasn't wrong if she didn't want to say anything. You know, she didn't lie on Meg. She just simply didn't say anything at all, which I would be very similar. Um, so her reason for being with him is that she was too drunk, yet she said she did it twice. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. There's a lot of comments in different situations on Twitter as well. I just read Instagram comments today, but I'm sure you guys can check Twitter and all the drama that's going on with that. I love Meg. I love Meg, her music and everything like that. But can I understand why some people have a bad taste in their mouth about the situation in terms of all of everything that led up to it? Not saying the shooting part, I'm not saying that part, but as far as the relationships and the dynamics and just how Megan kind of grazed over, the whole Kelsey thing in the documentary. I don't think that was a good move. I think she should have said something. I think she should have apologized or should have acknowledged it in some way. I think people would have had a little bit more respect for it, because at least it's like, okay, she is admitting that there is a part that she played in this whole ordeal. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that it was her fault, just to say that, the arguments or the fighting or the issues that they had, everybody had a part to play in that part. So, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Maybe y'all don't feel like Megan was wrong for that, but I do. But that's it for this one. Just give my thoughts and opinions, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye.